What's going on, guys? Welcome to Conference Championship Week here in season number 5. We're going to start this video off by taking a look at the top 25 in depth. If you guys aren't interested in this, feel free to take a look at the timestamps in the description, chapters on the video. Go ahead and move on to the game highlights. But for those of you that do want to see what's going on elsewhere in the country, we're going to look at the top 25 here, starting with Clemson at number 1. They are 12-0 on the season. Ended up getting some big wins over some top 25 teams: Florida State, Syracuse, Pittsburgh. Great season for them, the only undefeated team basically in the country at this point. We're sitting at number 2 as the only one-loss team, at least the only one-loss Power 5 team. Our only loss being an embarrassing one at Utah, but we did have some great wins over Penn State, Alabama, and a couple other tough ones that didn't end up in the top 25, like Arkansas and LSU. Penn State on the season finished at 10-2. They won 4 straight after losing to us, including a road win against number 4 Ohio State and number 8 Michigan at home. Did I say Michigan? Minnesota. Number 4 Ohio State won their last 3, including a game against number 12 Michigan. They did lose to Minnesota and Penn State, but they did finish at 10-2 on the season. Unfortunately, not going to be able to play in their conference championship game, but maybe that's an advantage with the 12-team playoff. Penn State, they've got to play against Wisconsin this week, and Ohio State could jump them for the number 3 spot if they end up losing. Stanford finished at 10-2. They had a great season, but unfortunately losing to North Carolina and Pittsburgh. UNC with only 1 conference loss is going to end up getting that spot in the ACC championship game, which again may be a good thing for Stanford as they're sitting at number 5 in the country. Moving on to the 3 lost teams, we've got Wisconsin 9-3. They've got 3 losses all back-to-back-to-back, and they've won their last 7, including games against Oregon and Iowa. Florida State coming in the next spot, number 7 in the country. They've lost to North Carolina State, Miami, and Clemson, but they have some big wins, including their final game on the road at Florida. Minnesota at 9-3 ended up losing. They started 1-2 and ended up winning 8 in a row before losing at Penn State by 4. So a really good season for them. They're going to be probably looking at a playoff spot. Alabama, a little bit controversial at 8-4, but based on their resume, having lost to us in overtime, they lost a couple. They started 1-3 actually on the season, but they ended up getting the win over Tennessee, winning against Florida, and winning their last 5 games. So they're going to come in just ahead of Tennessee and Florida. Tennessee, having lost to Bama, they lost to Vandy in their second to last game, so Tennessee not necessarily trending in the best direction right now. And then Florida, the team that we're playing, ended up losing to Tennessee, so they're a spot behind them, and they lost to Bama, but then they ended up losing their last game against Florida State. So, Florida looking to bounce back as well. And then moving down into these lower spots, Michigan right now in the last, hypothetical playoff spot, even though they did lose their last 2 to Minnesota and Ohio State. They also lost to number 3 Penn State, but they do have some good wins over number 6 Wisconsin, over number 16 Cincinnati. So they are going to be in that last playoff spot for now. Kansas State coming in right behind them. No really great wins for them, but they did end up 9-3. For North Carolina, they've were able to beat Pitt, but they lost their last game at Duke, which ended up being kind of a game that pushed them down the rankings quite a bit. And while Syracuse did win their last 4, they don't have any top 25 wins, and they lost to Pittsburgh, Florida State, and Clemson, so they're going to be in that final 3-loss team spot, followed by Cincinnati at 8-4, who won their last 6 games, including a win over Kansas State. And then these 3 teams, Eastern Michigan, San Diego State, Hawaii, they've all kind of beaten each other. Eastern Michigan beat San Diego State beat Hawaii, but they all finished at 10-2. So those 3 teams are going to come in at 17 through 19, and then these are the last 5 teams. So that's sort of an overview of the top 25 headed into conference championship week. Let's go ahead and take a look at our matchup against Florida. So here's our matchup against number 11 Florida. Pretty evenly matched. They've got some advantages. We've got some. They're 9-3 on the season, having lost their last 2 games. And we are 11-1 after losing to Utah on the road pretty badly. So going to be interesting to see who comes out on top in this one. Let's go ahead and jump into the game highlights. So we've made it to Atlanta for the SEC Championship game in our first season as a member of the SEC. Let's go ahead and jump into the highlights, see if we can take down the Florida Gators. 2nd and 8 on their opening drive, play action on the run, completes it over to Hamilton Austin Jr. for a 13-yard first down. 3rd and 8 later in the drive, Patchen drops back, throws a deep ball. It's perfectly placed for Eugene Wilson. What a throw. Great catch, 30 yards on that one. 3rd and 5, close to the red zone now. Patchen hit as he throws, but lobs another perfect pass to Anzalone, the tight end, for 21 yards all the way down to the 1-yard line. Next play, Patchen drops back to pass over the middle to Alec Jones. He's going to take it in for a 2-yard touchdown. Perfect drive for the quarterback, 4 for 4, 65 yards and a touchdown, and Florida is up 7-0 in this one early. Faunuku on our next drive, 1st and 10, pass over the middle is complete to Brian Miller down to the 50. Good start to the drive here, but on 3rd and 1, Faunuku rolling out right, trying to find somebody, has room to take off himself, but he throws it downfield to Samuel Jr., and that one's going to be deflected, incomplete. Should have just run there, but on 4th and 1, we're going to go for it. Faunuku over the middle, that one's going to be picked off, not sure what he saw there on that read, but terrible decision. And Florida's going to get the ball back in great field position. 3rd and 6 on their next drive. Seems like he's always hit as he throws, but this one's complete as well for 17 yards. They're approaching the red zone now on 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Alston able to pick up the first down and get down near the 10. 3rd and 10 for the Gators. In the red zone, Patchen over the middle to Hamilton Austin for 7 yards, but he's going to be 3 yards shy of the first. Florida's going to take the 3 points and extend their lead to 10 late in the first quarter. Next drive for our offense, Faunuku over the middle finds Cody Urban, but he's short of the first down. That's going to force us to punt the ball. Florida's going to get the ball back now with a chance to extend this lead even further. 2nd and 10, pass over the middle to Gene is complete across midfield to about the 45-yard line. On 3rd and 2, Patchen drops back, finds the receiver on the screen, but that one's going for a 4-yard loss. 4th and 5, Florida ends up punting the ball. Faunuku on our next drive hands off to Alan Samuel, who trucks a man, gets out across the 20 for 11 yards and a first down there. Just trying to get any type of rhythm going on offense. Faunuku on the speed option, pitches it out to Alan Samuel, who gets hit and loses the ball. Castell for Florida picks it up. Luckily, Waddle is there to make the tackle, but everything is going wrong for us in this first half. Patchen drops back to pass on 3rd and 11. Of course, he's going to complete it to Andy Jean, but that one's going to be about a foot short of the first down. They're going to go for it here on 4th and short. Handoff is going to be a play action, actually. Pass over the middle to Austin Jr. inside the 5. It's complete. And they're going to have a 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. Patchen hands off up the middle. Alston takes it out left and gets into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. Florida up 17-0. We're going to try to get on the board here before halftime. It's proven to be difficult to this point. Brian Miller got a step on his men, but Faunuku sails it, and he just can't get into rhythm so far in this game. 3rd and 10, pass over to the left side, is complete to Alan Samuel. He's going to break a tackle and get across the 30 for a first down to keep this drive alive. 2nd and 7, Faunuku rolling out right. Got a man wide open down the field. It's Brooks, but he gets hit and loses the ball. He goes down with an injury on that one. I think he does come back a little bit later. 3rd and 7, Faunuku over the middle to Cody Urban, the tight end, who powers his way down to about the 48-yard line there. Under 2 minutes here, 3rd and 6. Faunuku over to the right side finds Alan Samuel, who's going to take it to the 40. Going to get us another first down. Under a minute and a half left now. 2nd and 10. Pass over the middle to Jeremy Smith, who holds on after taking the hit. able to get the ball down into the red zone. On 2nd and 1 here at the 18-yard line, Faunuku takes it on the option, and right at the goal line he loses the ball. Scherer for the defense picks it up. And this is officially a disastrous first half for our team. 3 turnovers, I believe, at this point. And Florida is trying to drive down and add on to this lead before half. Patchen drops back, pass down the left side. Okocha is there, but he can't pick it off. That would have been huge to get us a little bit of momentum into halftime. 3rd and 3, though, for Florida. Patchen drops back over to the left side. Okocha drops another interception. Back-to-back plays there. It's going to be 4th and 3 for the Gators. They're going to go for it. Handoff left side, Austin. He's going to get taken down for a loss. So we have a chance here to get on the board before halftime. Once again, pass over the right side, complete to Justin Brooks, who's back in the game. He gets 17 yards on that one. Next play, 1st and 10, Faunuku over the middle. Brooks is open, hits him in stride, and he takes it in for a 36-yard touchdown, and we are finally on the board in this game with 30 seconds left in the second quarter. And 17-7 is going to be the halftime score. Florida electing to take a knee and send this one to the half. Third quarter action, our ball first. Faunuku over the middle on 3rd down. Should have waited just a little bit longer there as he threw the ball into traffic. That's going to be a punt for us. 3rd and long for Florida on their next drive. Pass is going to be dropped by Austin Jr. there. Leads to a 4th and 16. Definitely a punt for them. Handoff to Samuel Jr. on that play on 1st down. Going to go for 12 yards, move the chains, cross midfield. 1st and 10, next play, Faunuku over to the right side. Somehow Brian Miller comes down with that one in double coverage. Not the best read there, but it does result in a 1st down. Next play, over the middle, Miles Ray's open, hits him in stride and gets down to the 10-yard line. 28 yards on that one. Next play, Faunuku dropping back. Going over the middle, finds Brian Miller, and that's a perfect drive to get some points back on the board and try to get back into this ball game here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 4, Patchen on their next drive. Tries to escape. Gonna throw across the field. There's a flag on the play, though. Does get the 1st down, but they're gonna get called for offensive pass interference, which is huge for us. They're gonna have to replay 3rd down. This time it's 3rd and long. And on the halfback screen, Alston's gonna get brought down about 9 yards shy of the 1st. So with 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter here, we've got a chance to go down and take our first lead of the game. Cody Urban able to get that catch on the sideline near midfield. 3rd and 11 later on, Faunuku trying to scramble, escapes the pocket, but he's going to get brought down about 3 yards shy of the 1st. Big stop there for the Gators. Adam Wales' field goal is good. And this game is tied. We're back in it. A minute left in the 3rd. Next drive for Florida. Play action pass. Over the middle is complete to Anzalone near midfield for 19 yards. Gators on the move now trying to get their lead back. 1st and 10. Pitch out to Adkins on the option, who slips a tackle, breaks another one, and gets down to the 25-yard line before Damian Kaba finally tackles him. 3rd and 3 for Florida. Patch in, toss play out to Alston, who looks like he has the edge, but what a play by Trevor Hawker there to make the tackle a yard short of the 1st. And Florida is going to settle for the 3 points here. 20-17 the score here early in the 4th quarter, trying to go down and get our first lead of the game once again. On 3rd and 1, option keeper Faunuku takes it out right, makes a move, but he loses the ball and Florida falls on it. And everything's falling apart again. Florida with all the momentum. 4 turnovers in the game for us, with a bunch of dropped interceptions. We've had a chance to answer just like on that play. Damian Kaba this time drops it. Had plenty of chances to answer this turnover battle, but unable to do so at this point. 3rd and 15 for Florida on their next drive. Patchen, screenplay over to Alston, who slips a tackle, but he's brought down well short of the 1st. Florida's going to take another field goal, and this one is just barely over the crossbar. Taking a 6-point lead with 5.5 minutes left in the game. Faunuku, deep pass on the left side, finds Miles Ray wide open, who gets a block. He's going all the way to the end zone. Huge play here in the 4th quarter, and an extra point is going to give us our first lead of the game here with 5.5 minutes left. 3rd and 11 on the next drive for Florida. Down by 1, pass over to the right side. Finally, we get a turnover. Damian Kaba gets the interception. He's down the left sideline. Gets it inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line before he's brought down. 3rd and goal later in this next drive for our offense. Option keeper Fawanuku powers his way in, holds on to the ball, doesn't lose it this time. And we're firing on all cylinders late in this one. 31-23, we've got an 8-point lead. Florida hands it off on 3rd and long. He's going to get brought down for a loss. Florida ends up punting, and we're a couple first downs away from winning this game. 2nd and 6, pass over the middle to Justin Brooks is complete. Florida's going to start using timeouts here with 2 minutes left in the game. And if we can get a first down here, that's going to pretty much end this one. Samuel Jr. on the counter play, right side. He gets the first down inside the 20. Florida calls their last timeout, and we're able to take a knee 3 times and get the win in this one. We are going to be SEC champions for the first time in school history in the first season as a member of the SEC. Fawanuku led the team to victory in this one. Play of the game here, deep pass obviously to Miles Ray, which ended up giving us the lead late in the 4th quarter, which we would never give back up. And Fawanuku gets player of the game, 311 yards passing, 49 on the ground, 4 touchdowns, and we're going to hoist one of my favorite trophies in all of football, the SEC championship. And Florida, while they play really well, comes up just a little bit short in this one. I have a feeling we'll be seeing them again in the future. 31-23 is the final score. Really proud of the team, how they played in this one. Ended up outgaining them 441 to 302. 4 turnovers in the game. We were able to still come out on top thanks to our defense, making some big stops. And that's going to be it for the SEC championship. Taking a look at some of the other conference championship games, in the Big 12, Cincinnati ends up getting a 44-32 win over TCU. We're able to fend off the second half comeback. In the ACC, Clemson taking on North Carolina. They're going to end up coming out on top 35-24 to go to 13-0 on the season. And in the Big 10, Penn State taking on Wisconsin. Wisconsin pulls off the upset, 29-27 is the final score. Definitely going to shake some things up in the playoff bracket. We'll have to take a look at that tomorrow. And that's going to do it for the rest of the conference championships. Let's go ahead and take a look at the awards for the season. So Micah Fawanuku actually comes in 3rd place for the Heisman. As a freshman, that's pretty impressive. And Chase Magliozzi out of Clemson, their senior quarterback, is going to win it. And here are the rest of the awards, at least in terms of who on our team won them. Colton Barton wins the Chuck Bednarik Award. He is also going to win the Bronco Nagurski Award. He also is going to win the Vince Lombardi Award. TJ Ellis wins the Dick Butkus Award. Adam Wales wins the Lou Groza Award for Best Kicker. And Brett Jeters wins the Ray Guy Award for Best Punter. So that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't mind, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the bracket reveal for the college football playoff and the first 2 rounds probably. See you guys there.